So Mathmech is back. Yeah, I really like this deck right now. Like I said, cyber decks are quite crazy at the moment because this whole one card combo violate your whole deck is quite insane. And then added on top of that, Mathmech can play a ridiculous amount of hand traps. So I think in this round I'm playing 15 in the main, and then I'm also siding into another 3 plus side cards. So I mean, half my deck is hand traps and board breakers going second, and the ability to do that in a deck and still have this busted one card combo, which is circular custom card, is absolutely nuts. Yeah, it's just been doing so much well for me on DB. I've been playing this a lot. So yeah, let's go into the build. So circular is amazing. Yeah, nothing to say about it. You should always be playing this card at free because it's one of the most unfair cards in your deck. I mean, the fact that this card by itself gives you access to every card in your deck is absolutely crazy. And then it also it's just got 2 effects and free special summon and just card is nuts. It's got a restriction of 1 attack per one monster is attacking. That doesn't matter for this deck. Then we play 2 addition and 2 subtraction. So these are just your extenders. You can play 3. There's actually no bad reason to play 3. It's just a space thing for me, and then because I've got these extenders and I just don't need a huge amount, I'm okay with playing 2-2. But yeah, we play 2 addition, 2 subtraction. Now I am currently playing 2 diameter and 1 multiplication because multiplication has come up a few times, especially because I'm playing Final Sigma. But multiplication and diameter. But I can see a world where you actually just remove multiplication, or you play 1 multiplication and you play 3 diameter, because the diameter negate is more and more relevant. I'm finding people know how Mathmech play now, and so you can't just get away with doing your circular combo and thinking your opponent won't hit you at your choke points, which one of them, for example, is when you make the XYZ, or when the diameter hits the board, they make sure they eliminate the diameter from the board. No, people are going to do that, and because of that, yeah, I can see a world where I play 3 diameter. But for now, it's not been a huge enough issue, and I really do like multiplication. Multiplication flat out wins some games with Final Sigma, because Final Sigma is hard to deal with on its own. When it's got 6k attack, if you attack with anything with 2000 or less attack, they're dying. So yeah, multiplication is really, really good for that reason. I play 3 Sigma, and one of the things I started to realize about Sigma as well was Sigma is actually such an insane card, because the fact that it can special summon itself from the hand or graveyard, and the only requirement is nothing is the EMZ, gives you so much power in the grind game, especially because you're using it to make your XYZ so you can keep doing it. And I just always want to see this card. I don't actually care if I have 2, that's fine. It just means next turn I have another extender. Now, the other great thing about Sigma as well, and this applies to its synchroing with Circular, is if you look at Sigma, so Sigma special summons it from itself, or Circular gets itself Sigma, which is great. But Circular can be used, or is it Sigma? Sorry, it's Sigma. I keep saying Circular. Sigma, if you look at its effect, if it's used as a synchro material for a Mathmech monster, you can treat it as a non-tuner. The reason why that's amazing is because that basically means that if you have Sigma, Circular, you can make your level 12 synchro with that, because one of the Sigmas can be treated as a non-tuner. That's absolutely insane. So for example, you can have Mathmech on board, normal summon Sigma, special summon Sigma, now you have your level 12 synchro. That's insane. Yeah, this card's just so great, so versatile, has a lot of unique effects. I really think that this card should just be at free because it's such a great card. Then moving on, I play 3 Parallel Exceed as well, and this is linked towards the Sigma thing as well. So if they imperm my Exceed and I have access to Sigma, I'm synchro summoning anyway. And then Exceed is a generically good card. Traptrix has made me more convinced that Parallel Exceed is a very strong card, and one that you should be playing in decks that make generic rank 4s, because yeah, it's just so good. Just 2 free summons from deck. And in a Cybers deck as well, DB has frozen a bit for me, so you see Exceed chilling up there. In a Cybers deck as well, another great thing about Parallel Exceed is that if you can only summon 1, it's still just a free Cybers body. So yeah, really, really good card. Then moving on from that, we play the 3 Signet Mining and the 3 Small World. So these are searches. Again, we just want to get to Circular. That's the entire purpose of it, get to Circular. And so because of that, we play the 3 searches that get us there. We've also got the 1 Equation. I was playing the Equip spell before, and I think if you're playing Blind Second, or if you want, you can even side the Equip spell. I think the Equip spell is actually very, very good. But in this, I am focusing on going first, so I just don't have room for it. And then we play the 1 Induction and Super Factorial. So Induction is good just because I like diversity in my interruptions. 2 Super Factorial comes up sometimes, but it doesn't come up enough for me to ever feel like I really, really need 2 Super Factorial. And I like having induction, especially when there's a back row deck in the format that is going to be putting up floodgates and such sometimes. So yeah, induction is just there as a nice have. What's up, guys? So we're back. DB decided to throw a bit of a tantrum, but yeah, going into the extra deck. What's nice about the extra deck for Mathmech is you really don't need any redundancy. Like, it's just you have so many different routes to OTK. So you have access code. You can like kind of break apart their board with the prime Mathmechs. You can use your final Sigma. Like, you've just got loads and loads of options for OTKing your opponent. You can even use multiplication plus like heats, or multiplication plus a transcode to OTK your opponent. So many routes. You don't need to do redundancy for Kashtira. So yeah, in this, look, the Link Disciple Devotee combo is good, and I can see a world where I would do that more in the future. But right now, it just never seems to come up enough for me to want to make it. At most, if I have like a huge amount of excess materials, so sometimes if I have like an Exceed and then I already had combo, I'll just use them to make a Masquerena, and then I'll sometimes make Appaloosa on my opponent's turn. But beyond that, I've never really felt like I hugely need that Link Disciple Devotee combo. I do think it's good, I just don't think it's like super necessary, and it's not destroying any boards at the moment. Ling Rebo, though, I think that's probably the only thing that I would definitely say that this card is amazing. You definitely need this format. It's just very good into every matchup. Like, you summon this, and then now it just puts your opponent in a weird position, as well as it's hard to expect this. If you've just got one card on board and then suddenly you have a Lingaribo, it's hard for your opponent to just expect that and do a lot about it, and then it stops you just losing to random floodgates like Tikaboo and such. Now, moving on to the side deck, my side deck, as you can see, is a little bit different because I have this awesome card called Gate Blocker. So why do I play Gate Blocker? Gate Blocker is how Mathmech beats Runic. Runic is probably your worst matchup. Probably after Labyrinth, Runic is probably your worst matchup. But Gate Blocker is very difficult for Runic to deal with because it negates the effects of your opponent's field spells. Your opponent can't place counters on the field, and they can't target other monsters you control. So, the reason why this is so good is because Runic cannot beat over this card. And so the way you play against them is you make sure you have combo in your hand. Against Runic, you don't need to rush as well. If you don't have combo, just don't put any cards on the field. It's very rare that most Runic decks are going to OTK you, and most people are going to spam their Runic spells on their turn, and so they're skipping battle phase anyway. And so if you don't have combo, you just chill, you hold your cards in your hand. Now, what you do with Gate Blocker is once you have combo, you norm summon Gate Blocker, now their field spell's turned off. So their field spell's doing nothing. And that means what they need to have done is set the negate and the destruction, because they need to first negate this card and then use their interruptions on your other cards. If they haven't done that, there's no way they're interrupting you that turn once you normal summon this. And normal summoning doesn't start a chain, so they can't even respond to you normal summoning this unless they already had a judgment or something. This card is absolutely insane. And then what's even better is Small World bridges. This bridges, every single Mathmech in your deck bridges to this because it's a level 4. It's a level 4, so you just, none of the Mathmechs have 2000 attack, none of them have 100, none of them have 2000 defense, none of them have 100 attack, none of them are Earth. Oh, I guess multiplication is Earth. So multiplication can't bridge this. But every other Mathmech bridges to Gate Blocker, which is amazing. So yeah, this card is just so good. Play it for the Runic matchup, I do think it's worth it. And there are a couple of other cards like this as well, like is it just a Comfit? There's a Trap one as well, Trap Eater, maybe it's Trap Eater instead. That is very good against floodgates into the Labyrinth matchup that you can also side. I used to side that as well when Eldritch was a thing. But you can also play that as a small world target, and it's just really good in those matchups. We play Gamma, like I said, going second, you're siding in the Gammas. You've got like 18 hand traps, and you've also got evenly. There's no way that any combo board is being built, and then all you need is circular to combo. Call by the Graves when we know we're going first, just because, again, we do want a circular combo to resolve, and so having that one call by is nice. We've got Cyclones for the back row matchups. Now, D-Barrier, weirdly enough, D-Barrier is good in this deck, but I'm starting to think that I might remove it and just play Lightning Storms instead, because I'm finding that I don't need specific silver bullets against any deck. I'm playing so many hand traps that Sword Soul's not playing through this. Branded is not playing through this. So it's like I don't need D-Barrier to stun them for a turn. I've got 20 hand traps instead. So I might remove D-Barrier, but it's still a good option. And then Evenly. Evenly's just the best side card. It's good enough that I could actually main deck it. I just haven't in this deck. But Evenly is just such an incredible card. So yeah, everyone should be playing Evenly in the main or in the side at the moment. But guys, that is my Mathmech profile. I think this deck is very, very good this format. So definitely give it a try because it'll put a lot of spice in your locals. You'll be taking a lot of wins with this. And actually, go over to Jimothy YGO's channel because yesterday at locals he took first place with Mathmech. So I really want to see what he's doing with the deck as well. But yeah, guys, thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.